Hello, everyone. I've got a really different book here for you today that is really going to highlight some real changes in your life. And the book that we've got here, what the, and you can read that closely there, do you actually want? What a great statement and a title for a book, Finding a Life with Purpose. So today we're joined by our best-selling author and our personal development strategist, Max Stevens. So welcome, Max.
Thanks for having me.
So we're going to give you a quick sneak peek into this book. So Max, you state the opening of like you hate the self-help books. I want you to explain to the readers how's this book different from like the typical self-help book that they may have normally purchased.
Well, if I had to encapsulate it very simply, I would just say that it's a lot more honest. And that plays out page after page it's as brutally honest as it can possibly be.
And I love that about you, Max. It's straight to the point. It's brutally honest. It's not a huge book, which I love. It's packed with massive content, but you don't get into that waffle and bullshit. You get
Mhm.
straight to the point and get people the outcomes that they want. Where did you get this inspiration for this book? Why did you want to get this book into as many hands as possible?
Well, one of the things that I had observed in working with a lot of high performers is that the same patterns emerged again and again. Like I often say that the thing that is unique about the human animal is that we think our problems are really unique, and they're not. And so the book in some ways began as 100 research articles, which can be found on my website, but it was really about a documentation of the patterns observed within high performers.
Love that. And that research is great because, like you said, you've done all that research to be able to give us the really crux and quick answers to all of that. Now, you are a personal development strategist, and I know that that comes with, like I said, experience working with so many people. In the book, you use three characters, Danny, Alex, and Vanessa, and they're created from real life people and stories. How can the reader benefit from these different stories that you've done a little bit different in this book?
Well, in the interest of honesty, so Alex and Vanessa, insofar as they get it and Danny doesn't. And so their lives take on a very different trajectory to Danny's. My engagement with Danny was the worst engagement I've had in my entire career. So it was my biggest failure. And I wanted to sort of showcase that within the story because I think a lot of personal development material uses a lot of bundled language like chase your dreams and actualize your potential and all that sort of stuff that I think is nonsense. And so being able to showcase actually what happens when we don't take up that journey and how that actually plays out, I think that was very interesting.
I love that. And I love it when you share stories like that. And I know that people can then relate themselves into those stories. And even from those stories, like you said, where it was the worst client, and what they can do is go, oh my gosh, that could be me. So, yeah, absolutely. What did you find writing your book? What might have been one of the challenges that you had?
One of the things that I write a lot about in the author's note is how a lot of personal development material is filled with a lot of fluff and recycled ideas. And so one of the things that I was very strict on with myself is I never repeat myself in the book. So anytime something gets said, it never gets said again. And so, because I find that if there's a book about, what's an example, forgiveness, or a book about finding your career or whatever, is that those books, in my view, they don't need to be as long as they are, most of them. And so that was something that I was very strict on with myself throughout the writing of the book. Like I talk about that in the author's note that the first draft of the book was like 80,000 words. And then the final draft is like 27,000 words or something like that. So I just took out any time that I repeated myself.
Yep, I absolutely love that because we're time poor, right? And we can jump in and really get massive value from the book. And if you could share one hard hitting takeaway for the reader, we're going to give an opportunity for the link below for people to actually grab this book. And like I said, what an amazing read and a really something that you can digest really easy, no bullshit, gets to the point of everything, and like you said, doesn't repeat. So people can grab this on Amazon, and we're going to put the link in there. But people can also jump on a personal strategist call with you, I believe. And from there, you will then be able to give them, post out the book with them. So there'll be an opportunity for people to get the link below where they can book in a call with you as well. So that's great, exciting news where people need to come and grab this book. But if you could leave the listeners here today with just one thing that you think they'll get from this book, I know there's many, but one topic thing, what would that be?
That most of people's goals actually are not even theirs. They're goals that they have inherited from their culture, from their family dynamics, and from different things that other people have told them. And so the book, in some ways, talks a lot about how to actually build a life that's yours.
Yep, I love that. And sometimes we don't even know we're doing that. And that's what I love about what you do. We really highlight, we think sometimes it's our purpose and what we want. And then through that strategy session, people can find out what they really want. So,
Exactly.
what the F do you really want? Great title, Finding a Life with Purpose. Max Stevens, thank you so much for sharing and working with us at Dean Publishing and helping bring your beautiful work to the world. And yeah, grab yourself a copy, everyone.
Thank you so much.